So here we have the Azure Data Engineering. So when we talk about the Azure Data Engineering, so what is Azure Data Engineering? Let's try to discuss the same. Okay. So before that, okay, Azure Data Engineering is nothing but basically when you talk about the Azure is nothing but the name used by the Microsoft. Azure is nothing but what? The name used by the Microsoft for marketing their cloud services. Okay. Like the other services, we have the services called what? Cloud services. Okay. Like the other services, we have the services called what? Cloud services. Okay. So like the other services, we have the cloud services. So like can you see here, more supermarket is there. So more supermarket markets. Okay. More supermarket markets the more supermarket markets the more supermarket markets the basically their grocery stores. Okay, grocery stores. Whereas actually this that is we have a more supermarket. It is owned by whom? It is owned by the Birla Group. Am I right? The same is owned by the Birla Group. Am I right? So it is owned by the Birla Group. Whereas okay, it is owned by the Birla Group. So as guys, as when you talk about the that is nothing but that is as the Birla is marketing their grocery stores. Okay, with the name called what is that? More. In the same way, Azure is nothing but it's a name used by the Microsoft to market the cloud services. Microsoft is marketing their cloud services with the name called what? Azure. The name called what? Azure. And what is data? Data is nothing but what? Information. Data is nothing but what? Information. So we can say data is nothing but what? Information. Data is nothing but what? Information. Data is nothing but what? Information. Okay. Whereas engineering is nothing but what? Application of, guys, application of engineering is nothing but what? Application of, okay, application of techniques. Application of what is it? Techniques. Application of techniques. Application of what? Techniques on the data. Application of techniques on the data. Okay. Application of techniques on the data by using the Azure. That is called as what? Azure Data Engineering. So applying the techniques on the data by using the Microsoft Azure is nothing but called as what? Azure Data Engineering. So Azure Data Engineering is nothing but it's a is a bunch of cloud services, guys. Okay. It is a bunch of cloud services. It is a bunch of cloud services. Okay. Cloud services. It's a bunch of cloud services. That means we can have multiple cloud services. That means we can have what? Multiple cloud services intact or given into the Azure Data Engineering. Okay. Given into the Azure Data Engineering. Whereas when you talk about the cloud services, Azure Data Engineering is one of the cloud services, or Azure Data Engineering is nothing but bunch of cloud services which provides the following services. What are those, guys? First of all, I can say ADF, which stands for what? Azure Data Factory. Which stands for what? Azure Data Factory. Which stands for what? Azure Data Factory. And then next one you have what is that? ADB, guys. What is it? ADB. That stands for what? Azure Databricks. Which stands for what? Azure Databricks. And in the same way, we have the another one that is called as what? Synapse. We have the another one called what? Synapse. In the same way, we have the next one that is called as ADF, ADB, Synapse. And then we have what is that? Fabric. In the same way, we have the Power BI. Power BI. Okay. In the same way, we have the Power BI. Okay. Then we have the one more thing that is called as what? Azure Open AI. Azure Open AI. And in the same way, we have many are there, but I'm listing few of them. That is called as what? ML. Azure ML, which stands for what? Machine learning. So these are all the cloud services, guys. These are all the cloud services given into the Azure data engineering. So hence, this bunch of cloud services, this bunch of services are nothing but all of them are the cloud services. So these cloud services is provided by the Microsoft Azure Data Engineering. It is provided by the Microsoft Azure Data Engineering, which provides the following. What is that, guys? The first and foremost one. Okay, the first and the foremost one, we have it as the following. What is that? So using these cloud services, what are the tasks we can achieve it? That's the next point here. So what are the jobs we can do it? What are the tasks we can do it? So first of all, using the Azure Data Engineering, we can perform the task called what's it? Data, guys, data migration. We can perform the job called what? Data migration. Data migration. Okay, we call it as what? Data migration. Then we have the another one called what is it? Data integration. The next one we have what is that? Data summarization. So we have what is it? The following. What is it? Data migration, data integration, and as well as the data summarization. We have what is it? Data migration, data integration, and data summarization. So okay, data summarization, and the next one is what is that? Data visualization. So these are all the, yes guys, these are all the, we can say, task. These are all the tasks or the jobs done by the Azure Data Engineering. What is that? The first one is data migration, and the second one is data integration, and the third one is data summarization, and the last but not least, what is it? Data visualization. These are all the things we have it. Okay, that is done by the Microsoft Azure Data Engineering. Now let us see what is actually the data migration is. Okay, so I'm writing the first one. The first service or the first thing what happens here is the, okay, I'm using it here. Data migration. We can do it what? Data migration. So what is data migration? So guys, what do you mean by data migration? Migrating. Just tell me the meaning of the word called migrate. Yes, guys? Just tell me the meaning of the word called migrate. So what do you mean migrate? Migrate meaning is nothing but moving from one place to another place. Am I right? Yes. Migrate is nothing but it is a process of moving from one place to the another place. Is called as what? Migration. Is called as what? Migration. So the same logic is applied here, guys. Okay, the same logic we applied here. What is that? Moving of things from one place to another place. So what is this moving? What will we move? Here, as we are concerned with the data, as here we are concerned with what is that? Data. We are mainly concerned with what, guys? Data only, no? See, what is our concern? Our concern is data only. Our concern is what? Data. Data. So we can say moving of the data, guys. What is that? Moving of what? Moving of data from the one place to the another place is called as what? Data migration. So why do we move it? What is the necessity of moving it? Let's try to understand the same now. So I'm taking an example here. So all of us use the mobile phone or not, everyone? Please respond. Yes, guys, we'll be using the mobile phones. All of us are using mobile phones or not? Nowadays, the mobile phone has become a vital part of our lifestyle. Hmm. Vital part of our lifestyle where we require what is that? We have the vital part of our lifestyle where mandatorily mobile is needed. Mandatorily mobile is needed. Am I right? Mandatorily mobile is needed here. Mandatorily mobile is needed. Okay. Mandatorily mobile is needed here. Okay. Mandatorily mobile is needed. So let us say here you have a mobile phone. Okay, guys. So here you have what's that? A mobile phone is there. Everyone. Okay, we have a mobile phone, everyone, or you bought a mobile phone. Every mobile phone, you get it with a default memory or not. In fact, whenever you buy a mobile phone, you will get with the default memory. Let us say here, you can say 100. Okay, guys, 100 GB. What's it? 100 GB plus, guys, plus 8 GB. Now tell me, what does it means? It means the total storage capacity of your mobile phone is 100 GB. And whenever you process the data, whenever you process the data, the processing will be done at what is it? 8 GB speed. Am I right? For processing the data, it uses what is it? 8 GB. So now tell me, what is the amount and volume of data you can store it in your mobile phone? As it is given 100 GB, you can store 100 GB, not beyond that. Am I right? Suppose you got some more data to be stored. Let us say you got some more data to be stored. Let us say you have clicked some pictures and you have prepared some videos to store that data. Again, what is it? You have it. Again, more 100 GB. Can you see it? More 100 GB is added here. How it is added? It is added here as you want more data by using an SD card. Am I right? Scan disk card. So we can insert. Can you see here? We can insert. Okay. We can insert a. Okay, guys. We can insert a scan disk card. We can use the SD card. We can use what is it? SD card here. So for a mobile phone, you bought a mobile phone with 100 GB of the data. Okay, we can store it in the same, and 8 GB is the RAM. 8 GB is the RAM. Okay, 8 GB is the RAM. Where you have what is that? 8 GB is the RAM. Where you have what is that? 100 GB plus what is that, guys? 100 GB. More data you wanted to store. For that, you have installed a scan disk card in your mobile phone. So now your mobile phone capacity is what totally? You have a 200 GB. That means you can store the data up to 200 GB now. You can store the data up towards that 200 GB now. You can store the data up towards 200 GB now. Now, as you can store the data up to the 200 GB, that's fine. But now, suddenly you have been to somewhere, some excursion you have been, or some marriage function you have been, okay, and where you have clicked a lot of photos, lot of pictures, and as well as videos, but not using your mobile phone, using a camera. Using a camera, you have clicked it. Now the total capacity of the photos you have clicked in a camera, that is in some DSLR camera, is what is that? Let us say 500 GB. How much? 500 GB. Now tell me, can you store this 500 GB into your mobile phone? Yes, guys, I want a reply. Please respond.
No.
No, you can't store this 500 GB data into your mobile phone because the capacity, guys, because the capacity of your mobile phone is what? Only 200 GB after adding the SD card. Okay, so you can't store it. So what is the alternative? Generally, if such is the case, you have to buy a new mobile phone. But buying a new mobile phone, again, it's an expensive and cumbersome process. Am I right or not? It's a very expensive process. It is a very expensive process where you buy a new mobile phone. Am I right? Where you buy a new mobile phone. It's a expensive process, guys. Again, buying a new mobile phone, doing that, it's an expensive process. Am I right? It is an expensive process. So again, to avoid that, what is that we do? Tell me now. So simply, can we do here? We can store this data into the, yeah, we can store this data into the, yes, guys, we can store the data into what is that? Google Drive. But you must be getting it out. Google Drive means I can store only 15 GB now. That means default and free. Guys, default and free storage. Default and the free storage. Default and the free storage. Default and the free storage is what? 15 GB. But if you want to store 500 GB, guys, if you want to store this 500 GB of the data in your current Google Drive, you require to pay the cost. Cost is involved here. Once you pay the cost, you can store the data up to 500 GB or whatever you want. If you want, you can Store up to 1000 GB as well. No problem. Not 1000 GB, 1000 TB terabyte, 1000 PIB petabyte. Okay, whatever the type of storage you want, you can store it here. Unlimited storage you can store. You can store what's that? Unlimited data. So now, without changing your device, everyone, without changing your current device or a mobile phone, without changing your current mobile or the device, you are simply using the Google Drive to store the data. Simply are using what's that? Google Drive to store the data here. Am I right or not? When the volume of the data is increased. When the volume of the data is what? Increased. So whenever you try to move your data from your mobile phone, okay guys, whenever you try to move your data from the mobile phone, okay, whenever you try to move the data from your mobile phone, everyone, whenever you try to move the data from your mobile phone and try to store the data in what is that, guys? And try to store the data and try to store the data and try to store the data, guys, and try to store the data in what is that? And try to store the data and try to store the data in a Google Drive. Whenever you try to move the data from your mobile phone and try to store the data into the Google Drive, this process is called as the process of what, guys? Data migration. It is called as a process of what? Data migration, where, okay, where we move the data, where, okay, guys, where we move the data, everyone, where we move the data from what is that? From one storage to the another storage, or one storage to the local storage to the cloud storage, local storage to the cloud storage, okay, local storage to the cloud storage, okay, local storage to the cloud storage, local storage to the cloud storage, local the storage to the cloud storage. That's it, guys. Okay, this process is called as what? Data migration. That means data migration is very simple, where you move the data from one place to the another place. Okay, one place to the another place, where we move the data from the one place to the another place is called as the process of what? Data migration. Is called as the process of what? Data migration. Okay, so is called as the process of what? Data migration. Then what's the next thing you have it, guys? Data integration. So what do you mean by the word called data integration? Let's try to understand this one as well. Okay, so when you talk about the data integration, everyone, so now what is the data integration? Let's try to understand this. Okay, so you're following, everyone. Please respond, ma. What is data migration is clear.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So let's try to go ahead with the data. What is it? You have it. Mm, Integration. So what is data integration? Now let's try to understand a small example here. Okay. Or let's take an example of a more supermarket only. Let's try to understand the example of a more supermarket. Let's try to understand the example of more supermarket. So you have a more supermarket branch in Mumbai. Hmm? You have a more supermarket branch in Mumbai. You have more supermarket branch in Mumbai. Okay, you have a more supermarket branch in Mumbai, wherein the following are the products available in the Mumbai supermarket, Mumbai more supermarket. What is that? Let us say product number one. This is this is nothing but actually manufactured, or you can say cropped. If it is a fruit or a vegetable, you can say crop. Or if it is some product, you can say manufactured. Am I right or not? So here you can say it is manufactured in J&K, that is called as India. You can say J&K means what? Jammu and Kashmir in India, guys. Jammu and Kashmir in India. Okay. So in the same way, the next one, what is that you have it? The second product, or the second, good you have it. Let us say, you can say, this one is manufactured in Tamil Nadu, and this Tamil Nadu is also part of India. Manufactured or cropped, you can say anything. In the same way, third product is there. This one, it is in what? Okay, guys. TS, that is Telangana, and this is also in India. And the next one, fourth one, what is it? You have it? I'm using it again. This one is in, what is that? Uh, let us say United, or you can say Kingdom, UK, simply. So UK is not a part of India, am I right? If UK is not part of it, it's a separate country. So we can say UK, it is manufactured in UK. That's it. Okay. Okay, UK. What is that? You can say London. Which city it is? London city. So this one is cropped and manufactured in the same city here. So likewise, you have altogether, let us say 100. How many? Some 100, etc., etc., etc. You can say some 100 products are there. Everyone. Now tell me, all these products are manufactured and cropped. Manufactured or cropped. All these products you have it are manufactured or cropped. All these products we have it are manufactured or cropped. Okay. All these products are manufactured or cropped. Okay. At what is that? Different parts of India, as well as across, that is across the globe. That means these products are manufactured or cropped, and from the manufactured and cropped at different locations, different parts of the world, you can say, but available for sale in Mumbai more supermarket. Why? For facilitating the customers. For facilitating the customers. For facilitating, what's that? Customers. For facilitating the customers. Okay. For facilitating the customers. For facilitating the customers, guys. Okay. For facilitating the customers. For facilitating the customers. So here you have what's that? So we have it in what? More supermarket has many products, okay, which is imported, okay, from various parts of the world and kept for sale in Mumbai, and kept for sale in Mumbai for facilitating of the customers. Okay. So where you can say this particular products, whatever you have it, okay, they are brought from various parts of the world. Am I right? They're imported from various parts of the world and kept for the sale in the Mumbai supermarket. Kept for sale in the Mumbai supermarket. Am I right or not? Kept for sale in the Mumbai supermarket. Kept for sale in the Mumbai. Okay, kept for sale in the Mumbai supermarket. Okay, then the supermarket, let us say it is owned by the Birla. Am I right? So whereas this is nothing but putting up the products from that is at a one stop, at a one stop, okay, and getting it from the various parts of the world, okay, for facilitating the customer. This process is called as a process of what, guys? Integration. Actually, it is called as what? Integration. So as you have the products here, you can say simply integration. In the same way, if you get the data, if you get the data from various parts of the world, if you get the data and store it at one location, store it at what's that? One location, store it at one location. This is called as a data integration. So here, as a data engineer, we will be concerned only with the, what is that, guys? We will be concerned only with the data. So hence data integration is nothing but it is a process where we gather the data from the various locations and keep it at a place that is called as what? Keep it at a place that is called as what? Data integration. That is called as what? Huh? That is called as what, guys? Data integration. It is called as what? Data integration. So now, guys, the two processes are completed. What's that? Data migration and the data integration. Okay, ma? Please respond. Following now.
Yeah, yeah. See.
And the next one you have, what is it? Uh, Data summarization. What is a data summarization? Let's try to understand even this one. Okay. So now I'm just going ahead with the next process. What is a data summarization? In the summarization, let's take the same example, above example, whatever we have taken now. Let's try to take this. So let us say here in the particular process, everyone, here in the particular process, in the more supermarket, you have many products are there. But here, what is a day task you have it? My task of the day is to just prepare a veg curry. My task of the day is to prepare the veg curry. Any common veg curry, I want to prepare it. Now, for preparing this veg curry, yes, for preparing this veg curry, okay, guys, for preparing this veg curry, okay, for preparing this veg curry, everyone, for preparing this veg curry, for preparing this veg curry, you require to, okay, you require to, okay, guys, so you require to, first of all, choose, go to the supermarket and choose how many products you require it, how many products you require it to prepare the veg curry. So to prepare the veg curry, you require what is it? Vegetables are the first one, and the second one is the spices, and the third one is the oils. Am I right or not? Only three products you require it. So though you have 100 products, out of these hundreds, what you're doing, you're choosing only three products. Let us say you're choosing what is that? One, okay, guys, one product number one, product number two, and product number five. Guys, you're choosing only three products. So why three? First one is the vegetables, second one is the spices, and the third one is what is that? Vegetables, spices, and what is that? Third one is oil. These are the three things you require it. So now we bought. So now can you say, out of all the 100 products you have it in the supermarket, you have selected only three products. So this, guys, this one is called as what? Yes, guys, this one is called as what? It is called as the process of what? Selection of vegetables. It is called as a process of what? Selection of vegetables. Am I right or not? You are selecting the specific number of vegetables here. You're selecting the specific number of vegetables. You're selecting the specific number of vegetables. That means out of all the vegetables you have it, out of all the hundreds of vegetables you have it, you're choosing only three vegetables. That is 1, 2, and 5 are the vegetables. This is called as the process of what? Selection of vegetables. It is called as a process of what, guys? Selection of vegetables. It is called as a process of what? Selection of vegetables here. Okay. It is called as a process of what? Selection of vegetables. Am I right? Now, the vegetables are selected here, everyone. The vegetables are selected here. It's done now. The vegetables are selected here. It is done now. Now, what is the next process you have it? You have the next two processes. After, okay, the vegetables are selected. You get them home. Guys, you get them home. And once you get them home, you start eating the vegetables? No, so as these vegetables are raw in nature, and this is spices and oil, this is also raw in nature. We require, as a human, we don't eat the raw food. Okay, we don't eat the raw items here. So what is that we require? We require to perform the following process. What is that? Can you see it? We require to perform what is that? Cutting of the vegetables, or you can say chopping of the vegetables. Okay, cutting of the vegetables, and chopping of the spices also, you can say. And then there is a grinding of the spices, you can say. And the next one you have, what is that? uh Cutting, chopping is done. Okay, then you have what's that? Washing of vegetables, washing or cleaning of vegetable, you can say. Washing or the cleaning of vegetables, you can say. And finally, once the cutting, chopping, washing, cleaning is done, once the cutting, chopping, washing, cleaning is done, the next one, what is that you have it? Final layer is what is that? You have to cook the vegetables. So without cooking, you don't eat it. Am I right? Without cooking, you don't eat it. So what is this process? Can you see it? First of all, you are choosing the vegetables, and then you are performing the process of here, another process. This process, we can say it as what, guys? Yes, we are changing the form of the vegetables from the raw form to the cooked form. From the raw form to the cooked form. Can you see this process of transformation, guys? Yes, in fact, it is called as what? Transformation, where we change the form of the vegetables from the raw form to the cooked form. Where we change the vegetables from the raw form to the cooked form, where we change the vegetables form from the raw form to the cooked form, guys. Raw form to the cooked form. So hence it is called as what? Transformation. So guys, once the transformation is done here, once the transformation is done, everyone, once the transformation is done, once the transformation is done, then you have what is that, guys? Once the transformation is done, you have what is that? Loading. Okay, once the transformation is done, that is nothing but once the raw vegetables are cooked and the vegetable curry is ready here. Veg curry is ready here. So what you do, we start eat the vegetable curry, no? We start with the vegetable so curry. In the same way, okay, we start with the veg curry here. We start with the veg curry. So in the same way, guys, we start with the veg curry. We start with the veg curry here. We start with the veg curry here. Okay, we start with the veg curry. That's it. Am I right? So we start with the veg curry. So here in the same way, okay. So here in the same way, guys, in the same way, we have what is it? This process. Can you say? Can you say this process of loading? In fact, we just eat it now. We eat the same. So here, what is the process? You can say you have selected the vegetables. You bought them home by cutting, chopping. After getting them home, you have cut that, chopped it, and cleaned it. And then you have performed the next operation is called as what? The next operation is called as what? Finally, you have eaten the same. So can you say, guys, technically, if you just see, can you say you this one as an extraction? In fact, from the list of all the vegetables or all the products, you have extracted only few vegetables. That is chosen only few vegetables. So this is called as what? Extraction. This is called as what? Extraction. This is called as what? Extraction. Then your what's that? Next one is what? Transformation. The next one is what? Transformation. Transformation, you know, you're changing the form of the vegetable from the raw form to the cooked form. From the raw form to the cooked form. And finally, you have what's that? Loading is there. Finally, you have what's that? Loading is there. Extraction, transformation, and the final layer is the loading layer. The final layer is what is it, guys? Loading layer. The final layer is the loading layer. So you can say extraction, transformation, and loading. So in short, we can say this process as what? E T L. So whereas this is nothing but it is one of the process or the technique we use it for performing the process called what, guys? For performing the process called what? Data summarization. For performing the process called what, guys, everyone? Data summarization. For performing the process called what? Data summarization. Data summarization includes extraction, transformation, and loading the data. That's it, guys. Now, can you see it? These are all the things we have it. So as you know, the Azure data engineering, whatever we do it, so it includes the bunch of cloud services, which, okay, has what is that, guys? Which has what is that? Data migration, data integration, data summarization, and as well as the data visualization. We have what's the data visualization as well. We have the data visualization as well. So these are all the process we have it. So guys, you know what is data migration and you know what is data integration. In the same way, you know what's the data summarization. Okay. And what is data visualization? Okay. No problem. That the data visualization, I will explain you again tomorrow, guys. What is it? What is data visualization, etc. You have it. We are going to see it tomorrow. Okay, I'll explain you what is visualization process. How does it works? Okay, so that's it for the day now. And the next one, what is that you have it, guys? Here, the duration. Basically, guys, the duration of this course is it is Azure Data Engineering. We use the complete one. So we use ADF, ADB, and Synapse. And we go with the introduction of the fabric. Okay, guys, we go with the introduction of the fabric, OpenAI, machine learning. Okay, Power BI, actually, it's not a part of our curriculum, but I can tell you the basic one. How does it works? Okay. So these are all the things we have it. The main one, we have it, the ADF, ADB, and the synapse you're going to see. And the duration of this course is what is that? You can say 100 hours. That means almost 3 months, you can say, guys. So you will have the classes from Monday to Monday to Friday. So mostly 5 days a week you have it. If any day is missing, then we'll take it on Saturdays as well. Okay. But generally we don't take the classes on Saturdays because even I am working somewhere. Okay, that's the reason. So guys, about my experience, I have 10 plus years of experience in IT. And in the same way, I can say, guys, on the cloud, I have around 5 years. Okay, that is almost all 4 years, 4 years of experience on the cloud here. Almost all 4 years experience on the cloud. Okay. I'm working in some senior position right now. So that's it for the things, guys. And apart from this, we'll get the this one, the Google Drive access, and there is video recording, soft copy material, everything that will be provided to you once you get it registered. Okay, that's it, guys. If you have any questions for me, you can please go ahead and ask me.
I have a question like, does this course help me to prepare for any certification as a data software engineer? I mean, like Azure
Huh?
data engineer. Help me for any certification?
Yeah, you can write it. DP203, you can write it.
Yeah, this course will help me, or do I need to prepare extra for
Yes, no, no,
something?
no. This will help you. You can write DP203 easily, which includes this one.
Mhm.
So, any other questions?
So actually, I'm from testing background, so I think around 10 years of experience. So is it possible to switch domain to data engineer after this training?
You can do it, no problem. Easily you can do it. 10 years you can put it in your exact domain itself.
Mm.
And if you want, you can put it some 2 years on this to get a better package rather than going as a fresher. If you go on a fresher,
Yeah.
you may not get much. But if you just put some experience on this, at least 2 to 3 years experience, you can put that experience, you can just, will be enough for you to have it from our sessions. So whatever the, session we are going to see,
Mm.
that we are going to do it very easily. Okay. So that one you can do it.
Yeah, like are we covering any like end-to-end project during the
Now,
training?
one complete end-to-end life cycle project, I'm covering it.
Okay. So that we can put it in the resume.
Pardon me?
No, can we put that in the resume, like project?
You can put that in the resume,
Mm.
but the client and all, you have to change it. I'll
Mm.
tell you that one.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly, you can't to copy and paste it, no?
yeah, yeah, got it.
So that few changes, I'll help you out in resume preparing. Don't worry on this, okay?
Okay,
And okay, so tomorrow also you will have the class at 6:30 itself, okay? And
okay,
the next one after 2 to 3 days, we'll just move it to the 7 o'clock then. Okay,
okay, okay.
we'll move
7 to
it to
8
the
o'clock.
7 to 8. Will be standard timings for us. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So
And
that's
what about this one, like access for Azure? Like, are we getting any free account or like for practice purpose?
yeah, your free account. You can have it. You can have the free account.
Mm.
Okay, you can have the free account. But this free account is valid for 1 month. But again, you have to create a new one for the next one.
Mm.
But actually, in the free account, most of the services are not supported in the free service.
Mm.
So it is recommended to go for a pay as you go, because even if you go with a pay as you go model, you'll not be ending up paying in much cost. You can wind it up in 1,000, 1,500 also, you can wind it up. Okay. But currently you start with free subscription as you're new to the Azure. Later on, you can just go with the pay as you go model. Because at the beginning only, if you start with the this one pay as you go model, then you may end up in paying much cost because you don't know how to optimize the cost. So once I show you how to optimize the cost and all, then
Mm.
you can go in that way also, no problem. Okay.
Yeah. And also, like, do we need any coding related
Coding
things?
is
Like,
almost all zero, guys, except in ADB. where we use the ADB with the PySpark. You will have
Okay.
amount of coding, PySpark coding, and the two prompt-based coding you will get it here. Prompt-based means it will generate almost all. It will give you the code there. You need not learn any programming language. That's the advantage of this one. One we have it. So ADF at ADB, ADF completely zero coding. ADF is completely what? Zero coding. ADF is completely zero coding. And okay, ADF is completely zero coding. And ADB, okay, ADB is actually okay. You'll have a coding, but prompt-based coding will be there.
Okay. And what about this SQL knowledge? Every request is.
SQL is mandatorily needed,
Yeah.
but that I will cover you no problem because
Yeah.
SQL is not big deal. You have 6 commands in that. That I will explain. That's not a problem.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so guys, we'll meet tomorrow at 6:30, the same timings. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.